Yup guys, it's Adamas Levy here. I hope you are well. Today we're going to cover the changes from the balance update coming tomorrow in Gods Unchained. Are concerned by this update, some Divine Order cards and one core card. So to sum up, they brought some new changes to the 7 mana Divine Order cards that are not used at all. They're completely underutilized right now. Some cards like Sage of Renewal and Scholar of Power. I hope these changes might bring to life some new mid-range deck. I'm looking forward to it. We have also got a long-awaited change coming to Orcish Elite, and we'll go through that later. And some new interesting nerfs and buffs coming to some Divine Order cards, just like Monolith of Storms, Radiant Dawn, All Things Spire, Scylla, and many more. Let's start with the card changes. So first we have Sage of Renewal. Let's take a look at this card. Here it is. So basically what it did before, it was completely underutilized because it was a card that gave a lot of regen basically to every creator. So what they did basically is it kept its regen +2. It becomes a 6/6, and now the war effect is refresh 4 mana and delve 4 mana worth of nature spells. There could be a lot of options. Might be Composed Charm in late game. Deal 4 damage as well with a Canopy or Lightning Strike. Maybe you need a Frenzied Whistle to get rid of a huge enemy creator. Yes, that might be really interesting. Scholar of Power, so it goes from a 5/5 to a 6/6, and before it would give spell boost to all your creatures, now it doesn't anymore. But as a war effect, it reduces the cost of a spell in your hand by X, where X is your current spell boost. We might see some spell boost dynamics here, especially with the changes coming to Stormfields that we'll go through later. Professor of Murder. So this card was supposed to facilitate you killing your enemy when you're playing Hidden Rush. So now it goes back to being a 7 mana card, which makes it harder to play, of course, but its stats gets increased from a 5/3 to a 6/6. Then what it does now is after you summon a creature, it gives it hidden for 1 turn, which might be a problem if you have like some Guild Enforcer or this kind of cards that are frontline, and maybe you want your frontline creatures. So we're going to have to be careful there. And then the Roar is a summon to 1/1 Rogue Skulkers with Deadly, and give them hidden. So that might be a great advantage in endgame when your opponent summons like big 7 mana or 8 mana creatures. So this is a really interesting change. Now it's a 2 mana card. Let's have a look. It's a very beautiful card. I didn't play it much, so I can't tell you like how it performed, but I know it has like a 50% win rate, which is okay. Now we might see it more played because it's 2 mana card, and it gives spell boost +1 to each of your creators on the board. So we might see some really great dynamics with a Scholar of Power as well, and might see some emerging like spell boost damage deck that are very fun to play when you can like one-shot kill your opponent. Mentor of Salvation. Let's have a look at this card. So this card was not played at all before. Now it goes from being a 5/5 to being a 6/6, and they change the text to Ward, and a war effect with give your other creatures afterlife, pull this card to your hand. So it might be interesting maybe in late control light deck when you have your Demogorgons on the board and then you give them this effect, so you have like unlimited Demogorgon. That might be interesting to see. I don't know. I think 7 mana is still like is still huge. So we'll see if it's played, and I'm looking forward to it. Thebian Elephant. It goes from being a 5/5 to a 6/8, and they change the text from being it a backline that buffs your other creatures to being Overkill. After this creature attacks an enemy creature, gain +2 strength. Let's have a look. I don't know about this card. It's still a 7 mana card. Will it be played? I don't know. As a 6/8/7 mana card with Overkill, I don't know if it's going to be played. I'm looking forward to it, but I wouldn't play it right now. Unproven Incantation. This card was not played much as well, so it deals 4 damage to a creature, and if it survives, give it burn +1, and it is blessed and now it's the same effect, but if the creature survives, it deals 3 damage to the enemy god. So maybe we might see some synergies with spell boost damage. So when you deal 3 damage to your opponent, and if you have spell boost on the board, you deal a lot of damage to the opponent. But I don't know about this card, because like deal 4 damage to a creature, if you have your spell boost on the board actually, and like it won't survive. It's impossible. I don't know about this card. For the card buffs, so we've got Overseer of Vitality. I've played against this card. It was inside a zombie deck and it destroyed me literally. So it cleaned my board because it gives -2 health to each of your enemy creature and +2 strength to each of your creatures. So you can one shot kill your opponent and destroy like the board of your opponent. I really like this card, and it's not a 5/5 anymore. It's a 6/6. Really interested if it's going to be in the meta. Chieftain of Impulse. So they've changed the text, and now it's a Blitz creator, and after you summon a creature, it gives it God Blitz and +2 strength, which is huge if it can stay on the board. Let's have a look at the card in Diamond better. So it's a 6/6, and if it can stick on the board and you have like a huge creature coming behind, it gets God Blitzed, and it can allow you to finish your opponent pretty quickly. That might be interesting to see it played. Lips Are Sealed, a light card. It's always nice to see some buffs to light cards, because the light god have not been meta for a long time now. Let's have a look at the card. It's not the most beautiful card, but it is impactful on the game right now, because it will give order +4 to each creature and that have the strength 3 or more. So basically, it can paralyze the board for 2 turns. And if you follow it up with an Archpriest of Parthen, let's have a look at the card. Archpriest of Parthen. Like you might have a really huge Archpriest of Parthen on the board. So that might be like we might see some good plays here, and maybe that will give even more value to other synergies. Testing buff to the Skeletal Hoplite. Let's have a look at the card. I really like this card. It's really beautiful. So now it goes from being like a 1/1 with armor 1 to being a 1/2 with armor 1. So it's harder to deal with. And it's a nether as well, so it might see more play in like nether synergies deck from death. So maybe like a zombie deck with some armor as well. And it might also see more play in light synergies, where when you need your small creature to stay on the board, because it's not easy to deal with. Cartesian Minotaur. Let's have a look. So this card has not seen played at all, but I've bought some in the past, because I believe like once the Olympian synergies come to the War God, it might be really strong, and now they've make it even stronger. So they reduce its cost from a 5 mana to a 4 mana card. Let's have a look at what could be the synergies right now with Olympian. So we go on GU decks, we go on neutral and war, and we go on the tribe Olympian. Okay, so we have this card that is really strong. It could be used more because we have the synergies now. Battle Artisan is an okay card. We don't see it much played because it's really random what the relic it gives you. Cartesian Skirmisher is a good card, I believe. Xente, I don't know if I've never seen it played. Ravenous Chimera could be a really good combo. So it would give +2 strength, and if you are frenzied, then give them overkill. So a Ravenous Chimera, like 5 attack, 4 health, with Twin Strike, Blitz, Blessed, and Leech would be huge in the game. Maybe that will work, but I don't see actually much Olympians right now. So maybe there's not enough Olympian yet, and maybe this card will really start to kick in later on in the game. Okay, the Dead Sentry. So now this card is a 4/4 with Blessed Effect and Frontline. And it has the Anubian tribe, which we might see it played later on once the tribe kicks in. Right now, I don't see it played much, but we'll see what the future holds. Echoing Fury has its text changed, so now it's a blessed card and it gives +1 strength and twin strike to one of your creatures. That might see play because Echoing Fury is just a 1 mana card, and it, like 1 strength and twin strike can be a really good advantage. City Planner. So here's a card. Now it goes from being an 8 mana to a 7 mana. And the stats are reduced from an 8/8 to a 7/7, and they added the guild tag. I don't know if the guild tag will change anything with the current meta right now, because it doesn't bring a lot of synergies. It might see more play if the game gets more mid-range or control. Helm Hustler. They changed the text. Okay, this card, they've changed it so much, I don't even remember what it did at first. But what I know is it was always really bad. Let's see if they made it better right now. So now it's a backline creator with roar and ability to steal an enemy's creator armor and add it to this creator. Then deal this creature's armor as damage to that enemy. I believe it's really situational card because you don't see we don't see a lot of armored creature. So maybe if armor gets like really meta and we see a lot of armored creatures, this card might be a must-have in a Deception deck. Is Scylla Carnival Ringleader. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Please don't be mad at me, Scylla. But then he's a beautiful card. I really like the design on this one. So basically what she does, it's an order 3 creature, and when she loses order, it transforms it into a 5/5 Shimmer Scales that has also been buffed, that we'll see just after. And it gives +5 burn to each other creature, so it basically one-shot the other creature after 1 turn. It's a exceptional board wipe, and it might see play in some Sleep Deception archetype, and maybe in other archetypes that I don't know of yet. And it summons the Shimmer Scales that has also been buffed. And now it's like a backline hidden creator. Let's have a look at this bad boy. Really like the design as well. It's a dragon. And even though there's no synergies yet, like the card is good. It's a 5/5. It has backline and it will have hidden, so it doesn't get dealt with too quickly. Next, we have got one card that could have been my favorite card in the game, but it's still not my favorite card in the game. Like I love it. I love the design. I love the Deception God as well. And this card is a 4 mana card, 0/3, and now it's going to be a 0/4 durability, and you have the ability to give a creature order +1. So you will be able after the patch to give order +1 to a creature 4 times, which I believe for 4 mana is not good enough, or maybe I'm missing something. For the card Nerfs, starting with Brazen Moose. So we all know this card. It's played like a lot. I love the design as well. Look, it's so beautiful. So now it will be a 5/6, which as a Deception player does not make me happy because I could one-shot kill it with my Hunting Trap. Now I can't anymore. I don't know, like I think it's a really, really slight nerf. I'm still seeing it played a lot. Now with the All-Seeing Spire, so they reduce the amount of order it has. So basically before it could stay on the board for 5 turns without being targeted by anything other than spell. And now it can only stay on the board for like about 2 turns, which so it can draw you actually 3 cards, which is okay, but like it can be dealt with so easily with some spells that I don't know about this change. Maybe the All-Seeing Spire is not going to be played anymore because of this change. I'm not sure about this, but I really love this card, and and I would have loved it to be maybe like 8 order or something. I will see if they go through with this change and if it stays like this. I hope not. Now, thankfully, the Orcish Elite is this card that was like so strong because it had Twin Strike and Blitz. So basically you could clean like some light board pretty easily with this card, and it would still be alive because it had 6 life. I believe the reduced health to 5 is good, but in my opinion it's still too strong. So let's see how it goes. Next, with my favorite value generating card, the Hollow. Up. Let's see what it looks like. So the Hollow would give you like a lot of guild card once it can stick on the board. They slightly nerfed it at a point that I think it's still is still going to be played, and I will still enjoy playing it. So now it's not a 4 health creature anymore, it's a 3 health creature. It keeps backline and it keeps ward. Also, it loses the ability to give +3 order and +4 order to a creature. Now it can only give +2 order, but I believe like I was only like 90% of the time using +2 order, so it doesn't matter in my opinion. Next, with Rage and Dawn, the famous light cards that will buff your wall board for +1/+2, and it also acted like a sleep removal card against like sleep deception or board wipe death. Now it only gives +1/+1 and lose sleep to your creatures. I don't know about these gens. I'm not a fan right now. Maybe they did this for a reason that I can't see right now, because I prefer it as a +1/+2, and light is not meta right now. It hasn't been for a long time, so I might be missing something, but I don't understand the change. Monolith of Storms. Love this card. I made a deck, magic deck that like you can see on the top right of the screen. So this magic deck was using Monolith of Storms as well, and it worked really well. They buffed it, like they nerfed it slightly. So it goes from being a 4 strength creature when you put it on the board. Wow, love it in diamond. Would love to have it in diamond. So now it got 4 attack when it goes on the board. I don't think it's a huge nerf at all. It still has the ability to get +2 strength after you play a spell, but now it doesn't have like 10 order. It has only order 5. So same as All Things Spire. So you've got 2 turns where it's safe from other things and spells, but after that it can be as easily killed. I don't think it's a huge nerf. I think it's still going to be played, but it's my opinion, and please let me know guys what you think in the comments about this one. Falling Star has been nerfed. I believe this card was really good. It's still really good because you can clean like a strong creature in front of you, and you have the ability to summon like 3/2/2 even if they have confused. I think this card is still going to be played for 5 mana. It's really strong. Some card text changes and some bugs that they fixed. I will let you the link in the comment if you want to know more about this. I don't believe it's important enough to cover them in this video. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're still here, thank you so much. Please don't hesitate to drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe if you want to support the channel. I'll see you guys on the GU battlefield. Have a wonderful day. Ciao.